GamerCast Network.
Hey. All right. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the GamerCast Network video game show for Sunday, November 30th, 2008. This is episode 118. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, a question from Tyler. If you were Nintendo, what first-party game would you release this holiday season? And this can be made-up games. And joining us tonight is Keith.
The Misadventures of Captain Grumbles and Professor Snugglepaw.
What?
He said it could be made up.
And Captain Grumbles is a midget pirate who rides Professor Snugglepaw, who is the polar bear, on a unicycle, and you go around killing clowns.
So it's a kid's game.
Yep.
Scary-ass game.
And also joining us is Tom.
So on TV, I've seen commercials for a new Star Wars game for the Wii. And in the commercial, they have two guys swinging the Wiimote to swing the lightsaber, but it looks like a third-person fighting game. I think what everyone's still waiting for is the first-person lightsaber game, which everyone's been asking for when they first heard of the concept of the Wiimote. So I'll say that's what I want, a first-person lightsaber game, which LucasArts has not yet delivered.
And you realize it's going to suck totally.
You also realize that if LucasArts made it, it by definition wouldn't be a first-party game.
You're not helping. You know, I was happy he thought of a real answer.
And also joining us is Phil.
Maybe like a Mario Tennis for the Wii. I don't think they've released one of those in a long time, so that wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
And also joining us is Bob.
Now, when we're talking about games you want to see, I'm taking that to mean games that would make me actually want to buy a Nintendo product. Which anything shy of Hollywood Starlet's Extreme Mud Wrestling 3, nothing. That's it. That's about the only thing that I'd want to use my remote for.
Okay. I'm sure Nintendo's people are listening to this right now, and they'll get right on that for you. Probably not, but, you know.
They could always just make another cooking game.
And finally joining us is Ivan.
I think we need another Mario Kart game for the DS. The first one there, which came out shortly after the DS did, probably still one of the best games for the DS, and we need something better, something new.
Would you like some Hollywood starlets mixed in with your Mario Kart there?
I would.
Could we ride the Starlets?
Only if they're on a polar bear.
Works for me.
Yeah.
What if I call my unit the polar bear?
Then I won't want to ride it.
No. Okay. I think I'm going to go a little more normal answer like Ivan's. I'd like to see, like, Kid Icarus.
That would be cool to see another Kid Icarus. I just wanted a game with a pirate midget riding a polar bear.
I just want to see Summer Glau rip off Scarlett Johansson's top, covered in mud, of course.
Is that too much to ask?
I really don't think it is.
This week on the GamerCast Network. On Podtoid, are there any good porn games? Is Black Friday worth the hassle? And with it being Thanksgiving, what do we as gamers have to be thankful for? On Uncle Gamer, Paris and Jay brace for impact as they give their impressions of PlayStation Home and the week that was in gaming. On Podtacular, Left 4 Dead is the shiz night. Tune in for tips and tricks on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Podcastle features fortnightly abuse and vulgarity from Destructoid.com's British Doolittles. They sometimes talk about video games as well. On Gamertag Radio, episode number 171, an exclusive podcast interview with hip-hop group Kids in the Hall. They talk about their new album being featured on the Midnight Club Los Angeles soundtrack and much, much more. On the Sarcastic Gamer PlayStation podcast, David Jaffe is in love with God of War 3, and the crew takes a look at the first ever reported PlayStation addiction. Discover the community that brings you all these great podcasts and more. GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
The one thing we'll talk about this week is Left 4 Dead, since people here have played it. This is the zombie coming at you, you gotta fight them off kind of game. What do you think of it?
It's pretty intense, even at the normal mode. I know some people from the Sarcastic Gamer have been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, and pretty much everything that they've said is pretty true.
I know, Keith, here, when you talked about Left 4 Dead a couple weeks ago, you said they did it very well on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I think they did.
And Tom, you primarily play first-person shooters on the PC. So, Tom, what do you think of the Xbox 360 implementation of Left 4 Dead?
The only shooter I've ever played on the 360 or with a gamepad that I thought I liked that worked well was Gears, and that's because it's mostly over the shoulder. And so the things I hate about shooters on the console, I also hated on the 360 version of Left 4 Dead. Besides from struggling with the controls, I had a good time with it, playing the story mode in co-op with Chris.
So I'm gathering here that this game would not go well to play on public servers where you're with people you don't know.
I have no idea. I don't think so. Honestly, it seems more like a run and gun than Counter-Strike, which teamwork does help. But again, I spent 2 hours with story mode, so give me a chance to play multiplayer. And what I'm disappointed in the story mode is that Valve gave us Half-Life, which is this epic Clash of Worlds type story. And so far in Left 4 Dead, the story mode is pretty simple. I mean, there hasn't been much story so far. I don't know if I just haven't gotten to the twists. I haven't gotten to the big drama.
I don't think there's big drama. It's a zombie game.
When did you start caring about plot again?
I don't know. It depends what week it is, what mood I'm in.
Okay. Just note your inconsistence.
That's not me. Who else has a gun?
I didn't know this was to bring your gun to the show.
Yes, it is.
Putting my weapon down.
I'm cleaning mine.
I will spend time with multiplayer on the PC this week to see if it can hold its own against Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, let's set up a day this week.
Actually, I think we already have a game night scheduled this week for Left 4 Dead on the PC. Naruto, who handles the events for the GamerCast Network Steam community group, set one up. If any of our listeners want to join in, they should go over to the GamerCast Network forums at gamercastnetwork.com/forums for information on how to join the GamerCast Network Steam group.
One last thought. If you think that you can run off from the rest of the group and be John McClane or Rambo, you're surely mistaken, because best case you'll run into a smoker and then they'll latch you with their tongue and they'll pull you off into the trees and no one will ever find you.
And then you wish you're not named Shirley at that point in time.
Next topic.
Let us do this Gears of War contest. We were giving away a copy of Gears of War 2. So our first place winner here is Mozart FX. Here was his entry. Just sending you a little note to let you know how much I enjoy your podcast and to enter the contest. Yours is my favorite video game podcast. I listen to it at work. It's one of the benefits of working in the gaming industry, albeit on the periphery. Why, just yesterday I was listening to your show as I was drilling finger holes into a brand new 14-pounder. When I looked up, I could see my boss, Izzy, standing...
Wait, what?
Let me keep going. When I looked up, I could see my boss, Izzy, standing before me yelling something. I pushed back one of my headphones and heard, "Off your head, I'm not going to tell you again. Now go down to lane number 3, there's a pin jammed in the Widowmaker, and use the crowbar, not your hand. Then get on the front desk, I gotta go put something down on paper. Heh." And with that, he thrusted a folded sports page under his arm and made his way to the men's room. I think it was Mark Twain or maybe Dr. Johnny Fever who said, "A man who loves his job never works a day in his life."
That's awesome.
Actually, that was pretty awesome.
Okay. That was our first place winner, and I think we're going to have a runner-up. This is from 5340EKJ. Here was his entry. So I'm at my friend's house and we're playing Fable 2. I was helping him get the Orgy achievement. When he got it, I got an STD and he didn't get one, so I got pissed, and then his mom walks in. She was wondering what that was about an STD, so I came up with something that's stupid. I said it stands for Super Tiger Dagger. She said okay and walks out of the room and closes the door, so we start talking about it again. I get up to go to the bathroom, and when I open the door, his mom falls in the room because she was listening to us talk by holding her ear to the door.
We're working on the Orgy achievement.
Yeah, I think that's when you say something along the lines of, "I hate you, I wish I was never born," and then have a temper tantrum.
So we're going to hook up 5340EKJ with the prize for being a runner-up. We'll probably get him some Xbox Live Arcade codes.
No consolation prizes. There are only winners. In fact, take something from them.
Teach you to come in second.
Next topic.
Okay, mail. Wait, hang on.
No, bag,
No, wait,
mail,
Bag.
bag,
Bag.
mail,
Mail bag.
Bag. Mail.
Okay.
Parcel
Bag.
sack. Parcel sack. Parcel sack.
Okay. We have some voicemail.
correspondence backpack.
Mail.
Here, listen to this.
It better not be Johnny Be Good. Good.
Hey guys, Spartan 119 again. I was just wondering, if you say pie is better than cake, so why don't you have a shattered dream cake? Bye.
Cake is so pathetic it can't even contain shattered dreams. That's the problem. And
Yeah.
It's not a worthy container.
That's right.
I think pie's only better because, like, as you bake it, you can really, like, the aroma of the pie usually fills, like, the whole house, whereas...
No, dude, it just tastes better.
Yeah.
Cherry pie is great.
I had
Yeah,
mincemeat pie for Thanksgiving. It was really good. Filled with organs.
You're so full of organs. So healthy and plentiful.
Next topic.
This is from Elmer. What do you think allows certain games to age better than others?
If it's a good game, you keep playing it, that's all. Just has to be a good game. Good games age better than bad games.
Yeah, compelling multiplayer. After you play the single player through once, you never go back to it again. If you have multiplayer that makes for good sport, people will always be playing it.
Well, then how do you explain all of the Atari and 8-bit Nintendo games?
That's a different time. That was a different age.
Haven't those games aged well?
I would say no. Personally, I can't go back and play things from that era.
Okay, can you go back and play something like Pac-Man?
If there's an arcade machine for nostalgia purposes, I'll drop in a quarter and play every once in a while, but it's not something that I'm going out of my way to do. Same thing with an NES emulator. Every once in a while, I think it's a good idea, and I'll install an emulator, and I'll go download the old version of Zelda, and then I'm like, wow, I can't do this anymore.
Why do you hate freedom?
I have my fond memories of those times, and I would like to leave those as fond memories, so I choose now not to go back again.
Communist.
Next topic.
I don't know why someone's asking us this question, but we'll roll with it. This is from Blitzkrieg 1010. I have listened to your show for a long time, and I think it's one of the best video game related podcasts out there in the iTunes universe. Anyways, I have a question regarding two topics that you have brought up on previous shows. First off,
Oh, God, we're going to have to remember.
Hang on. First off, a while back, you brought up a lawsuit by Konami against Harmonix about creating Rock Band and its sequel without paying to use the patents. Also, keeping up with the theme of lawsuits, there was that one brought up against EA regarding the football license. Being a corporate law student, I was curious if there was anything new on these lawsuits and their outcomes.
Well, if you're the corporate law student, shouldn't you be the one to find out better than us?
I don't even remember talking about those. Did we start the show yet?
Yeah, it sounds like this
Google,
guy's
baby.
a higher class of person than what should be listening to our show.
You're too good for us.
Now, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think those lawsuits are only a few months old, so they probably haven't even gone to trial yet. My suggestion would be for him to go look up Google.
Although I would recommend looking up the case as opposed to just looking up Google.
What happens when you Google? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I've opened up some sort of black hole.
Googled Google, didn't you?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Well, there goes the monitor. Okay, well, I don't have much time left then. I never enjoyed recording this show. I hope all of our listeners die horribly, and this search returned 2.7 billion results.
Why would you
I'm
Google
sorry,
Google?
I hit the power button. Everything's fine, actually. Okay. Yeah. I mean, nothing. Hey, we start the show yet?
Next topic.
Last piece of mail here from Lorenzo. Hey guys, I'm 13, and after having a Wii for a few months... Get it out, go ahead. It's fine, I can wait a second.
I couldn't help it, that was funny.
Just take your...
All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, continue.
Okay. He's listened to our podcast, and he decided to buy a 360. Since I'm in the broke world of being a 13-year-old, I decided to look around for a cheap 360. After looking around for a few months, I found that you can buy an Xbox for as little as $149 for an arcade, $159 for a pro, blah, blah, blah. The obvious question for me is, can these wholesale companies be trusted? If it is trustworthy, it would be such a big savings for me. I glanced around, and I couldn't find one as cheap as $150, except from things on Craigslist.
I've seen them for $150 from like Micro Center, but they're always
You're gonna
refurbed.
want one with the HDMI port. So if it costs anything less than $300, I wouldn't even bother.
The arcades have HDMI ports now.
I think the ones he was looking at, the 150 range, are the refurbished ones, like Ivan was mentioning there. And I don't think with the refurbished ones you get warranties.
Yeah, I mean, dude, work harder, earn 40 more bucks, go out and buy an arcade from a retailer.
I think the suggestion here for Lorenzo is to...
Sell your own organs. Or at least the temporary use of an organ.
Oh.
Oh,
Do not rent your organs.
Lorenzo, Do some more work. Straight up normal work.
Go cut some lawns.
Yes, go cut some lawns.
You will have very little competition cutting grass in December.
And a working lawnmower for about 10 minutes.
My lawnmower is broke. What happened?
What would happen if you ran a lawnmower over snow?
I'll be home around Christmas. I'll find out.
Scientific test number 4,492.
What would happen? Would it just kill the engine?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Hey, Lorenzo, you want to earn $5?
We got a proposition.
Take a video.
No, see if he does that, then they're going to blame us for destroying a lawnmower if it should destroy the lawnmower.
Then he's going to have to come
video.
No, video.
Yeah, then he's going to have to come up with $400 to buy a lawnmower, and then another $200.
No, that's what mom and dad are for.
Yeah, mom and dad call us. No. Lorenzo, go shovel some snow.
Well, he has a Wii.
No, yeah, that's right. He does have a Wii.
You chose poorly.
And he just got it.
Incorrectly.
Oh, he could have bought a 360 and a game for the price of a Wii.
Probably yes.
Now you can't give the things away. They sell them at TJ Maxx, for Christ's sake.
And that was the somewhat short holiday episode of the Video Game Show for Sunday, November 30th, 2008. Any ham sandwiches or shared dream pies to give to the world? Peoples.
Browns lost again.
Yes, 4-8.
Now it's all about positioning in the draft.
And that means just keep losing. That's all that means.
Well, you can't lose more than Cincinnati. That would be impossible.
No, Detroit, you can't lose more than Detroit. They're going to lose everything.
I really hope so. That would just be kind of funny.
Shattered dream pie to the auto industry. It was good while you were here. We'll all be driving Japanese cars in the next couple of years.
They'll end up getting money.
There was a local dealership, and they actually came on and said, oh my God, buy American cars. Doesn't matter if you buy a Chevy, buy a Chrysler or a GM or a Ford, but help us buy an American car. And it was funny because it was from a Chevy dealership.
Sucks when no one wants pickups. Sorry.
Guess you kind of lost out. Everyone's going to want to drive trucks bigger than a tank. So let's just project that for the next 20 years.
And have absolutely nothing to fall back on. That seems like a valid business strategy. Let's do that. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Woohoo! I power my Hummer with champagne.
Shattered Dream Pie to the Transporter 3. They made no money over the whole weekend. God, that sucks.
Really?
No money? They didn't sell any tickets? Because that would be really sweet if that was the case.
Well, they sold some tickets, but over their 5-day gross was nothing to look at and be proud of. Here's a better Shattered Dream Pie. Shattered Dream Pie to the mega epic Australia film with Hugh Jackman that had a budget of $130 million and only pulled in $20 million. Yay for you.
Ouch. Wolverine ain't the same without claws, man.
Don't forget about the GamerCast Network Gaming Nights. You can find all the details out at the GamerCast Network forums at gamercastnetwork.com/forums. And as always, send in your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or roll call question to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org. Skype us at videogameshow or call us at 320-300-GAME. Remember, that's a standard long distance call and all normal fees apply. And that's a wrap. Good night.
Are you playing with your pistol again?
Yeah?
Okay, just checking. That's a different pistol than the one pictured in your, yet again, new photograph that I see on your thing today.
That's not me.
I was going to say, I don't think that's Chad.
Oh.
Unless I became Asian for some reason, that's not me.
Oh.
Well, don't you become Asian in New Moons?
Okay, yeah, sure. What the hell are you talking about?
It's like kind of like
he's a were Asian,
but not.
He's a were Asian.
You're a were Asian. In the light of a new moon, you become an Asian.
Okay. I understand that now. No.
Really?
You sure you're not a were Asian?
It might be one of those things where you forget, when it happens, you can't remember it all.
Oh, yeah. Just wakes up covered in the panties of 14-year-old girls.
I was just about to say, have you ever woke up covered in panties?
No, I can definitely say it's never happened to me in my life, so I'm not a were Asian.